It's Sorry I Didn't Come With a Filter podcast. It's me, it's your boy, it's Vasilis. So, what's new, everybody? As I can say, I didn't have a video up yesterday because my camera was all glitchy. What? That's it. It's always glitching. My camera glitches more than anything. But, yeah, I'm back. I'm doing what I do best. Starting to feel a lot better. Just kind of letting all the stuff from my past and everything what is inside my head kind of just go away because of, I'm not going to control my my emotions like I usually do because it's just not healthy for me anymore. And today is my big date day, so it's crazy on how that came up. Came up in like a few minutes of, it feels like a few minutes to me. It's just insane. I don't even know what to explain. I haven't been on a date in probably years besides what is going on right now, but it's pretty insane. So let me dive into what everything is going for right now. As I say, my mental health, it's starting to come around, starting to do its course. I'm sorry, I'm just playing with so much of my computers right now. I don't even know what is what. I got 3 laptops, I got 3 tablets, I got, as you see, my new DJ board. I did pick up a brand new pair of shoes for the date, my whites, but I think those are for like Saturday's date. These are for tonight's, my DC. I love DC. I don't know. I love camo. I love DC shoes. I would have worn my champs, but they're kind of like crap. So, just how it is. Again, going through all that, it's a big date thing going on. I don't like that. Sports tracker. But I do see it's free agency for NFL. It is huge. The biggest names are out there right now that just got signed. I know Mr. Rogers got his big ass contract. Like he deserves it, but he's Mr. Contractual boy, and it's pretty insane. Oh, Dropbox, look at that, pops up right. There we go. Rogers got paid $150 million guaranteed. That's just like ridiculous for me to say anything on that front. But as I see, there's been some big deals. What I'm looking at right now is that all these players are making so much money, and yet, just like in the Major League, congrats to the Blue Jays for, going out there and getting Chapman and all these other guys right now. They got a pretty strong team as going forward. So I'm not too worried. It's, what it is. Like in the NFL, you got the Dolphins getting Chase Edmonds, Teddy Bridgewater, Preston Williams, Cedric Wilson. They went out, pretty much got some big players. Bills, they got Isaiah McKenzie and, a couple of other guys that I'm not too familiar with. New England, my buddy's team, Brian Hoyer got re-signed, James White re-signed. They got looks like they got Mac Wilson in exchange for a DE, defensive end. Matthew Slater, they re-signed. Jets went out and picked up a bunch of guys. Looks like they're going to try to push again. It's ridiculous. As I just look here on my laptop, Cleveland got a trade with Amari Cooper from the Cowboys. Again, that's just, one of the big names. Mitch Trubisky, I will talk about right now. Mitch Trubisky is a very strong person to go into, Pittsburgh. He might not have had great luck where he was in, say, Chicago and the Bills, but it doesn't, necessarily mean he's a bad quarterback. I would give Trubisky some time there. He'll probably turn out pretty damn well. It looks like, again, some teams are trying to fill in blank spots and whatever. Carson Wentz going to the Washington Commanders. I cannot get over this name, Commanders. It sounds like you're ripping off a movie of a sports team, so it's not my cup of tea. Jacksonville went out and got a couple more wide receivers, a tight end. They got Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram. They're beefing up their O-lines and their defensive lines and their linebackers and center back, so they're beefing up. That's really good on them. Russell Wilson went to Denver, even though you heard months prior that they weren't going to trade him, and they did. It was just, I had a funny feeling it was going to happen. There's probably big names out there still. I just don't know what. The Giants just signed Tyrod Taylor. Giants did something there. Eagles got Reddick. They got Ward. They got a couple of guys there. Carson Wentz, as I said, went to the Commanders. J.D. McKissick resigned in Washington, so he's staying there. That just means I might actually be able to pick some of these guys on my next football pools. I am not really so great. Devontae Adams received a franchise tag, but he's refusing. Alan Lazard, Green Bay's got a problem. That's all I can say. Kirk Cousins re-ups in Minnesota, like usual. So that's fairly where I see that. As I said, even when I'm going to the Blue Jays right now, the Blue Jays got Matt Chapman, and they're going after Jose Ramirez, Kyle Schwarber they're looking at, and possibly maybe Austin Meadows. There's a lot of talk going on. So this is pretty interesting to me. Finally, it's, you got baseball back. You got the NFL starting up again pretty soon here because, we're only months away. Brady, I will talk about Brady soon here. If I get into some pro wrestling, NXT last night was really good. I will say that. Arizona re-upped Ertz, so that's good. James Conner, they got those guys signed and sealed and delivered. Will Disley is staying, and they got Drew Luck over in Seattle. Again, the Seattle team looks like they're going to be rebuilding. A lot of rebuilds, nothing else. It's just a lot of rebuild. And that's fine. I'm not going to question their tendency on that. That's fair with it. It's fair. Going over, now you got the Major League, 3 weeks, really shortened spring training because they got to start the season due to all the factors of everything that was going on. So, again, it is what it is. Sports, to me, billionaires versus billionaires whenever a lockout happens. I'm really looking towards the NHL right now. I am really, really psyched because of trade deadline. Again, my team turned out. They won again. So it looks very hard pressed for them to even push away players that are really building a team, so it's really hard to say anything on that front. I see the trade boards. I can see Claude Giroux possibly leaving Philly, but that's, Philly's asking price for him is pretty high. And, so should be, because he is, he's one of those guys that has come out of left field most of the time every year, and he's just done really, really well. In Anaheim, Lindholm, I don't know. Jacob Chychrun, he's out. But, he could always be that. He's that young defenseman that everybody's looking for. He's fast, he's gritty, he's good on the puck. I was listening, if anybody wanted to get, like, a veteran defenseman, like, say, a Giordano would be probably your best bet. Just on pure, simple facts that he is not... if you don't give him like third line pairing minutes for defense and don't heavily rely on him for 20 minutes, he is a spark plug. He is literally the spark that can plug away at any game and beat any team. Some people have asked me, my friends and their friends have asked me about Marc-Andre Fleury. I will go back and reiterate what I said yesterday. Toronto and Edmonton need freaking goaltending. Okay, great. You had a rookie come in and he stole you a game yesterday, Toronto, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be your number one or can save your team. That's not going to be possible. I am noticing right now Tyler Mott is slipping on the trade board. Connor Garland is slipping on the trade board. JT Miller is slipping on the trade board. Hamnick's is slipping on the trade board. The one name everybody's apparently hearing more of is Tyler Myers. Well, the Canucks, of course, they're going to want to get rid of his contract. It's $6 million for the next 2 years, so he's getting paid next year $6 million. So that's $12 million in 2 years. I like Myers, but he's just too much. He costly penalties every time. If somebody's willing to take him on, I would say the East would be more beneficial. Like, if Toronto wants a defenseman, we'll swap out Myers for somebody else, for one of their players. It's worth it. It's worth it in all the long terms. I will go over my DJ board when I go off on this. I just don't like how I always hear that, Mott's camp, and you're only hearing bits and parts. The media tends, I understand where like a lot of players are getting pissed with the media. And that's alright. I'm pissed with the media too, because as a hardcore hockey fan, hardcore Canuck fan, I hate hearing my team is always going to be trading this guy and trading that guy and trading that. No, just let it be. Literally, they are one team up. They're only one away from a lot of making the playoffs right now. They're just one. If they win tomorrow night against Detroit, with the way it looks right now for a lot of these guys, I'm just sending everything flying underneath my table here. So hold on. As it stands, Canucks are only a point out from tying Vegas. They win against Detroit come tomorrow. Vegas is out. Vancouver is in. The thing is, Vancouver has to step up a lot more. And it is a hard thing to do when you're in that position. Yes, it is Woman Crush Wednesday, so I will tell you my Woman Crush. It is Jordan Jones, again, like usual. Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Liv Morgan, Cora Jade from NXT. I like these female wrestlers. I like the athletes, but, Jordan Jones, Addison Rae, I am adding her to my mix too. There is a lot of women out there. But yes, of course, Jordan Jones, happy birthday to her. She just turned 22. She bought her first Lambo. Congrats to her. Deserves it. And as they say, keeps going on here. that's my take right now on all the sports. Like Monday I will probably do, because it is trade deadline, I will do more. But to look at other, possible scenarios for two teams that I could say in Canada, it's goaltending for Edmonton, defense, and goaltending for Toronto. So that's my opinion. Looking at like some of these other, like the top 10, I would not put it past a lot of people. Jake DeBrusk is a young player. He's fast. Yes, he's an RFA. Going back to Jacob Chychrun, he has 3 years left on his contract. He would be so worth it for any team that's looking to build around. Like, so if Toronto really wants to push, he would be possibly a good fit. But I would say Myers is also. I would love to see Max Domi here in Vancouver, but that's my opinion. Sorry. Anyways, besides all that, mental health is doing a lot better. I did sell the restaurant. Me and my dad did sell the restaurant recently. It's been a lot more of it's been like a 20-year journey, and it's finally over. It's finally, it's a piece of me that's now gone, and it is sometimes a struggle some days to think about what I have accomplished there and what I have fucked up there. I did a lot of fuck ups, and I'll admit that. Especially when it's concerning money. I probably wasn't the best at running my life like I should have, but again, that was me being the cocky little 20-something-year-old fucking kid, growing up being an idiot, and, nothing more. Nothing more, nothing less, that's what I would say. But, yesterday was a real big break for me. As I said, I haven't done my podcast or my YouTube channel in quite some time. I just had to step away from everything and just kind of put my emotions, my body, my mind into a happier spot. And yeah, I gained some weight while I was doing that. I was just really depressed, really had high anxiety. The guy we sold it to actually took off for 2 weeks to go get his wife and stuff. And a lot of people were saying, is he an idiot? Yes, that would be a hard yes on that one. And I mean like hard as can be, yes. Ram it in your ass, yes. Kind of shit. Sitting back now realizing 20 years of my life spent in the business industry, I had a career. I did. From the time I was 16 to now. And, it's basically those 2 weeks if you make it feel another 2 more years. So don't worry about it. It's probably 18, but it feels like 20. I really learned a lot about myself. I learned that there are limits that I should not push. There is limits that I should not have tested over these years. But again, it only comes from learning, and my mistakes I learn. I am looking. I actually got my name out. I'm waiting to hear back from jobs and stuff, and I'm being patient too about it, because a lot of people, especially these jobs that I'm applying to, they've kind of they had me talk to them, and I've told them what the situation was, and they really told me to just kind of take a few weeks and just really mellow out before I jump myself back in, because I have a tendency to just shoot my mouth off when I'm really angry, pissed off, irritated, you name it. And that's the kind of person I am. So I can't really, not say I'm not that. So on that front. But with mental health, yeah, I'm starting to feel a lot better. I'm starting to be more myself. But again, got myself something new. I got this little DJ2 Go 2 Touch. It's pretty cool. It's actually really fun. To me, I've just gotten it, so I haven't really broken it in yet. I'm really just kind of seeing where I am on all of this. And yeah, it's really fun. I really enjoy it. I don't know. It's just like a little DJ board. I love having fun. This is the whole thing. If you are watching this, going to be watching this on YouTube, I will be trying to record some things and show you guys what I've been playing with and if I'm good at it or not. That's me. I like playing with things. As you can tell, I actually really switched a lot of my, you don't see my blue chair. I have the old chair from the restaurant. I stole it from the restaurant. I jacked everything that I could possibly jack from the restaurant because I'm an asshole. I don't care. Again, I've actually cleaned up most of my place. My place is starting to look a lot more organized. As you can see, my Canuck banner's fixed finally. You know, I got a lot of things going on around here. I did actually receive a new little championship belt. I got the Intercontinental one. Yeah, it's a kid one, but you know what? My buddies have kids, and they like to play around and wrestle with each other, so, you know, why not, right? And I'm a huge wrestling fan. I still can't get this concept of their Intercontinental title, WWE's, but it's what it is. My favorite one, my favorite design is always going to be this design. Legends held it. It's just, it's really cool, and I hope they bring this back. So that's all the fun parts to that. I probably should. During my searches, I found my old LG flip phone, like, you know, the Shine. I found it, and it's, to look at the phones now, and to look at this was like the go-to thing. It's awesome. I just love looking at things that, you know, once upon a time it was all crazy. Again, it is Woman Crush Wednesday. It is Hump Day. So my woman crush, again, Jordan Jones. I will always reiterate that. And yeah, I will be back up next week because tomorrow and Friday I'm kind of trying to get myself back into what I was doing originally. So again, I will have this up on YouTube sooner or later, and y'all have a great week. I know it's Hump Day. It's only 2 more days till the weekend, and I can't believe I actually get weekends. So basically my life update, mental health update, it's gone kind of better up. So yeah, thanks for tuning in.